The Starting Five, a DraftKings production, live from the compound, where we sit down with the NBA's most relevant culture crafters for in-depth conversations you won't get anywhere else.
The Starting Five, live from the compound.
Welcome. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm so blessed. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How you doing?
How are you?
You get the comfy red couch
Yes, all to myself. Love
all
it.
to yourself. Welcome to the compound. Welcome to the
Kicks.
Starting Five.
Kicks is fire.
She got too much fire on. I'm loving
Watch.
the purple rain top. The watch. We ain't gonna talk about the watch. It's a different league. That's a different league.
Just a light flex.
What, the light flex?
Light flex.
Light
So,
flex.
what do you think about the space?
This is cool in here.
It's kind of cool.
Tons of artwork.
Yeah.
One problem.
Can I say I think I know?
What is it?
The jersey's on the table, but the problem is every jersey that comes here is a gift from the player.
I know. I should have brought a jersey.
So
I'll send it.
Please, you sign it too.
I'll courier it.
No swingman though. No swingman. No fan jersey.
No.
It's just player worn.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
That's easy.
That's easy.
And then it goes on the table.
Honestly, no. You're on the table guaranteed.
Definitely got a slot on the table.
First woman on the table,
She goes in the middle, too.
and it's
Centerpiece.
it's two champions on there, so I need a championship jersey because that's the goal. Wrong team, but he got one in Milwaukee.
Okay.
I think my youngin's on his way, but
One thing she won't have a problem with is giving you a championship jersey.
I don't even know which one you want to pick from college, NBA.
No, we have options.
So let's start from the beginning though. I just want to know, when did this love for basketball happen?
I think the love for basketball, for the game, happened through my dad.
Wow.
When you're younger, you're like, what sports do you play? And I remember always going to the downtown YMCA in Syracuse, and he was the one playing pickup. My dad, he didn't play like college or anything, but he played pickup. And I would go around and run around with the kids. And eventually, I think, seeing that and seeing the repetition, I was like, I'm interested in this as well. And then I started to meet some of my best friends through the game. Then the role reversed a little bit, where I was the one playing pickup at the Y, and he was the one just coming and
Watching you.
talking to the old people. And then I wanted to just be better and figure out how to do that in my own kind of way.
Did you know it then, like, I'm pretty good, or did that happen later?
I think it happened a little bit later.
A little bit later.
In 8th grade, I was 6'2".
Wow.
So I'm like 6'4" right now. So,
Okay. Wow, the growth spurt.
and now I'm 29.
I don't think you're growing no more.
No.
Maybe a couple more.
So it was like, I didn't really understand my body and like, controlling everything, because I was long and lanky and very skinny. So in the beginning, my best attributes were defense,
Defense, yeah.
blocking shots, and rebounding. And then everything else kind of came after.
When you hit the AAU circuit, did you kind of like see now, like, I'm one of them ones? Was that when you started to see it?
Yeah. When I played AAU, I first played for like a local team, the Syracuse Stars, and then when you get attention from colleges, but AAU, it was like Gauchos wanted me to play, Exodus, Philly Bells.
When you lit, you lit.
So then I started to play for Philly Bells, and then you're on the whole EYBL circuit, and you're like, oh wow.
I'm getting noticed.
This is
real.
This is real. Like,
Yeah,
college
yeah,
coaches are
I've
there.
arrived.
And then opportunities to play USA basketball for the junior national team. So it was kind of like, I was in Syracuse and we were playing local games, and then all of a sudden it was like, wow, this is actually like a big thing. And then life got a little bit crazy.
Do you think the AAU world takes away from that outside pickup street ball world?
Yeah, I think that you're probably not getting together as, I don't know, randomly or sporadically as like, just going to the park or going to the Y.
Social part of it, yeah.
Yeah, you're just going to practice, like AAU practice, or you have to drive. My dad drove me 4 hours from Syracuse to Philly, like almost every weekend.
Wow.
So you definitely miss the different kind of competitiveness and just being outside, like creating it yourself is really it. Is like creating a pickup game yourself.
Pickup game.
Obviously, AAU is important because you're going to see structure and college coaches and all those things, but playing outside, literally outside, and just playing without a system also is important. When I look back to high school, I think about, I went to a public high school. I went to Cicero North Syracuse. Most basketball players, most high school kids, they're going to prep school or private school or Catholic school, a school that's like prestigious for their program already. And we kind of, did something really special. And I won my senior year. We won the whole thing in New York State.
She said, I won it all, the
Yeah.
360.
Now, I got a big question because I bleed orange, and I know you're from Syracuse.
Wait, do you know that that's where he wanted to play?
My dream school was to go play for Coach Boeheim, but what sent you to play for UConn?
No, Syracuse definitely recruited me. They were like one of the first schools to ever offer me a scholarship.
Oh, all right.
When
That
I
makes
was-
me feel, I'm happy again, I'm happy.
When I was in like
the ball.
8th grade. But it was hard for me because it's like you could be playing at home, but also I could be at the best program ever and be coached by the best. And at that point, like we were talking about earlier, it's like I'm realizing all these doors and opportunities are opening, and I want to go where I'm gonna be the best and learn how to be the best and be prepared for everything else that's gonna get thrown at me.
And the next question was, how was it playing for Geno?
It was good. It was crazy. Like looking back now, it was the best thing I could have ever done for my career. But being a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, in the moment, especially my freshman year, I was like, this sucks. I'm like, I can't do anything right. Even if I make a layup, they make it seem like I missed the layup.
You missed the layup, even though I made it.
Yeah, but it was kind of like they taught me how to be better in every single aspect. And I came to UConn and I thought I was working hard, and they showed me how I could reach a whole different
Another
level.
Yeah.
So I would say my freshman year was definitely one of the hardest things that I've had to go through in my college career, because it was just like so much of a roller coaster and of a journey. And college practices are hard.
Wow.
It's so hard,
I never heard that, though.
He reminds me of my uncle that you hate when you're younger, then he turns to your favorite uncle when you get older.
Exactly.
That's how I see.
When I was there, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this for 4 years? And then I leave, and it's like, I miss it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, like, we always talk about culture connected to basketball, but like college basketball culture is it's just, I think it's bigger than the NBA sometimes. What is that UConn culture like for you?
I like to think of UConn as the basketball capital of the world because of all of our national championships on both sides.
Both sides.
Speak it. Let it out.
So it's obviously a basketball school. Everybody knows that and gets behind us. But to be there in 2014 when we both won, that was one of the craziest things I've probably been a part of, just because like nobody knew how to act. Everybody just wanted to celebrate for everybody.
Every day, right?
Yeah, but it's like representing, making sure that you represent the people who have come before you, the national championships that have happened before you, and make sure that they continue to carry and live on.
So now, I asked the question earlier, like when you knew you arrived, but now you're winning championships, your game is developing. When was that moment in college now to be like, I'm that chick? Like, because it clicks.
Yeah.
Like, when was that moment for you in the college world?
I think I probably had
all 4 years.
Right.
Every year.
It might have been a shot. It might have been a
went.
shot you took. It might have been, it's sometimes it's not, it's like, it could be a moment in your life that be like, wow, I'm really here busting ass, and I'm who I want to be as a person. Like, when was that? I know the championships, of course, you did that, but the next part of that is it's a level of life that connects with it.
So, like I said, my freshman year sucked. Majority of the year, until like March.
Okay.
Just one of my favorite times of year, because you want to watch college basketball. You want to watch March Madness. And what I remember then was like when it clicked, it was the Big East tournament.
Okay.
It was finals. We played against Notre Dame. We lost. But I could feel it. I could feel like I was putting everything together. And then we go and we kind of just make it happen in the NCAA tournament. We win the national championship that everyone thought Baylor would win. but they got upset by Louisville. You guys remember this? And then from there on, it was like, okay, now we know. Now we have the recipe for success. You know, now we know the mind games that the coaches are gonna play and what they expect of us, and we took that every year after.
See, I told you, it clicked when she lost.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
It's okay. You know, sometimes winning, you don't feel nothing but success.
Now, with winning so much, how do you use that off the court? How do you apply that with your regular life?
I want to be great at everything. And I know that sounds crazy because it's like some things we're not good at, you know? Some things I'm literally not good at.
But what? Can you tell us? Can we know? Like, if you had to say, I'm not a champion at, what would it be?
Softball.
Softball.
Baseball. My strike zone.
Is it? I would never guess that, though.
Swing at high pitches, huh?
If I ask my wife, I'm sure she can list like a lot of things that I'm not good at.
She's gonna be here.
Afterwards, I'm gonna text her and be like, "What do you think I'm bad at?"
Yeah, ask her that one. You gotta let us know later, though. I would have never guessed softball.
She probably would say like procrastinating. I'm always like some things that I just don't want to do. I'm like, I'll do it later, tomorrow, the next day, the next day.
But it still get done, though.
Still gets done. Eventually, you gotta check it off the list.
So
is there any pressure on you becoming the face of the league, the ambassador, your signature shoes, you're everywhere? Do you feel pressure, or how do you handle that and, you know, translate that into just keeping your sanity?
I think the pressure has been here for a while. You know, coming out of high school, #1 recruit, going to UConn, wanting to win 4 national championships, winning 4 national championships.
#1 pick,
WNBA. So I think as I continue to kind of evolve into myself on and off the court, it's like understanding how I'm comfortable in that and knowing that I have this incredible platform and I have this spotlight on me, and how can I be great night in and night out. And I think I have the highest standard for myself than anybody else.
That's the best way to look at it. When you compete with yourself, you never lose.
Exactly.
So Jordan said like a quote or a line, he was like, success is very selfishness, right? And I looked at his success when he said that. So I look at your success in this winning attitude, and it's like, do you look at it as a selfishness that you have to, I don't have time for family, I don't have time for movies. Like, what is this winning lifestyle off the court where you have to sacrifice all these things to be that good as you are?
I think it's, I feel like I have a trainer, her name's Susan, she's amazing, and she helps me coordinate all my workouts, my day-to-day stuff, my on the court, my off the court, and I see it in this app, like all these things that I have to do. And I know that when I do this, I'm helping myself be great and continue to get better. Okay. So when there are things, family or events or things like that, it's like, of course I want to go, but also if I don't do the workout and put in the work that I know will help me be great, I'll have this guilt of knowing that I'm not giving it my all and tapping into my full potential. So that's something that I've kind of learned to deal with, especially now with 2 kids. It's a difference. It's a difference in like working out, and how can I work out with 2 babies and all these things, and it's just tough because it's the way that women's basketball in the world works. It's like you play in the WNBA, then you go play overseas. So that means you miss holidays. You miss Thanksgiving, you miss Christmas, you miss birthdays, you miss all those things. And that's tough because then it's like when you think about it in a perspective of life, it's like you want to be around your people and you never know what's going to happen. So my circle around me
keeps you focused.
Keeps me focused, and they know that my career and my window is so short, and I want to make sure that I do everything that I possibly can in this time.
That's life, though. How do you see the fashion connecting with the game now? How big is a part of the game?
I think the tunnel fits are.
It's amazing, right?
It's not equally as important as the game, obviously, but just
to the non-starters, it is.
I don't know.
Like I know, but we just
She wouldn't know anything about that.
I know she would, but I got to stand up for them because some of them don't get no game time.
So they got to come with that.
That outfit might get them on league fits or something because they ain't never getting a look.
No, I think it's just another avenue to kind of bring people into the sport, and especially in the WNBA, because you're getting a variety of different looks and different kind of styles and what people want to wear. It's changed a lot, I'm sure like everyone's fashion has changed a lot. You look back, I'm sure you look back like 20 years ago, like what was I wearing? Like,
I want to get rid of all my pictures from 20 years ago. How important is the music y'all warm up to and listen to during shoot around, and the music you might just listen to on the way to the arena or in your headphones?
Oh, so important. For me, I feel it's so important. We had a game this year at Barclays, and our sound system was down.
Oh, it was over.
And I'm warming up, and I'm like, where's the music?
Wow.
Because I didn't know it was down. I was like, why is there no music playing? Like, why do I have to warm up in silence? I'm like at a library or something. And I remember asking him like multiple times, like,
where's the music?
Where's the music? Why isn't it playing?
Wow. Did it come back on though?
They brought like portable speakers or something.
All right.
It was a very interesting situation, but it is now fixed. I like to listen to my music, and I've been listening to Championships album by Meek Mill for since probably 2018.
No doubt.
This is like my game day. What I want to listen to when I'm driving to the arena.
What is it? Every superhero has their theme music. That's your theme music.
Championships, fire.
That's fire.
You just blew my mind with that.
But I'm like, what I was listening to in high school, Lil Wayne.
No doubt.
Oh, she gave a smile.
What's that?
You see the face, you was
Weezy the Carter?
I was like, listen.
Which one? Oh.
I feel like at UConn it was more family friendly.
Family friendly.
We didn't choose that. We didn't choose that music.
So it got to be the shoes. Through the history of shoes are so important in basketball, but then the players and shoes and their deals and Jordan and all the way up to Ewing and LeBron, having your own shoe. Shouts out to Puma. What is that like for you? Like growing up, seeing your favorite players in their shoes, but now having your own shoe.
A bittersweet moment.
Wow.
Bittersweet because I was the first women's basketball player in 10 years to have a signature shoe, and the 10th women's basketball player ever to have a signature shoe.
Wow.
So it's like, a little bit of uncharted territory. And like you said, I want kids, I want young boys and girls from Syracuse to be able to go into stores and find the Stewie 1s, and now the Stewie 2s, and next season the 3s. And I want to make shoes that are, versatile, like me. And anybody can wear them in any position, and they can make you be great.
Wow. Who was that player for you that inspired you to want to have your own shoe?
I mean, obviously Jordan.
Of course, right?
And then KD. When I was growing up, it's like I want to wear the shoes of the players that I admire. And now have the role be reversed a little bit. I want that for the kids, and I want the kids and other athletes to feel that as well.
Now, playing over the water in Europe, what was the experience like over there? What's the difference? What's the pros and cons?
Yeah. So I played in my first 2 years. I was in China. I was in Shanghai, which is a beautiful city.
It's incredible.
Amazing experience, but also very difficult because they only have one foreign player on each team. Wow. So it was just me.
Wow.
And then I was in a hotel room for 5 months. You're playing all game, every single game, expected to drop like crazy numbers. But I was young, so I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, I'm in Shanghai, and I can get any type of food that I want because it's one of the biggest cities in the world. And then after that, I played in Russia for 3 years until COVID happened. I was on like what was considered the best club in Europe, ECAT, and that's the team that BG and I played on together. Okay. Just the way that they kind of rolled out the red carpet for our team. You know, we had a private jet.
Wow.
Endless salary cap, things like that. And then most recently I played in Turkey for Fenerbahce. Okay. And I think what makes things different from Europe to the United States is the sense of pride within the clubs. You know, everybody knows in Turkey the Fener versus Gala. It's like a huge rivalry, but it's like Fener fans show up for every single sport. So it's not only men's basketball, but they come out for women's basketball and all these things. And the same for, you know, my time in Russia and my time in China. These fans are representing their city, you know? Yeah. And it's like, and they love watching us and supporting us.
I've seen some footage of like games overseas where they have fire in the stands and it's like a rock concert. And
I think that's in Serbia, right?
I think so. One of his friend was playing, and they threw the inside of the toilet paper.
Inside of the toilet.
The toilet paper.
Things that hold the toilet paper. Things that hold it. They little white. Them little steel things.
They threw them on the court.
They threw 1 million of them in the tip.
It was like it was raining over it, and it was like a cultural shock, and we was like. And it was fire, and they were like a Mad Max.
Instead of closing it, they just cleared the court off for like an hour or something, and the game went on.
And the game went on.
In Turkey, opposing fans can't come to another team's home court. So, like, basically, when we played in Gala, at Galatasaray, away game, our fans could not come to that arena.
Is it a screening though? Like, if you don't wear the jersey though, or can they like?
I guess if you don't wear the jersey, like.
Or is they checking your license when you buy a ticket?
I guess like you can't show up in like the yellow and blue.
So you could be an undercover fan.
Yeah, you can be an undercover fan, but it's like.
That takes away from it. You're not gonna put the other team's jersey.
It gets spicy overseas. Like behind the opposing team's bench, usually there's like this plastic thing.
Oh, like a hockey.
That like will cover the players in case people are throwing the inside of toilet paper.
Yeah. The same I remember in hip hop though too. Like when I was going overseas and Australia and Asia, it's like people from a different nationality who can't speak English will know all the words of the song. It's like it's a different appreciation for the culture. So now you're saying that I can see that. Like when you compare the energy though of playing overseas and then playing in the WNBA, like how would you compare? Like how would you say the game feels different? Just from the fan perspective, not on the court, but like being in those arenas, is the feeling totally different?
I don't know, because now all I have to compare right now is like how our finals went. And like that energy in Barclays was like no other.
Yeah, like that's the new.
That's the standard.
It's like
standard.
It's like
you're in Barclays and it's like the way the lighting is, you can't really see.
It's like Dark Knight.
Everything. So then you have to go like this to see all the people up there waving those towels. But they're both great in their own way.
Own realm, yeah.
Yeah. Like I've loved the opportunity to play overseas and just embrace myself in a different culture.
And still get buckets.
Still get buckets.
Still.
Always get buckets.
Always get buckets. You threw it off with, the observation of coming into the compound. I only went authentics, but we do have this here. We have a black. It
can be a filler for now.
It could be a filler for now, but we have some. I need a black marker because it was silver.
Is that bad?
Yeah, but we do have you, so.
Okay.
We want you to know you are in the building.
I'm just go right there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, she claimed this space.
You know what? We're gonna move the candle because you lit. So we're gonna put this here, and then we're gonna get some sneakers from you.
Yes.
So there we go. You in the building.
I'm here.
Let's give a round of applause, everybody.
Make sure my jersey doesn't move.
The starting five.